Dear students, today's topic of my lecture, current electricity part 2. In this, you have to learn internal resistance, EMF of the cell, terminal potential difference, cells are connected in series and parallel, and some conceptual and numerical problem. So we start with first topic, internal resistance of a cell. So first you understand the meaning of internal resistance of a cell. It is defined as the resistance offered by the cell to the flow of electric current, and it is generally represented by a small r. So before explaining more about the internal resistance of a cell, I just want to remind your memory that what is inside the cell. The cell that we have to take that consists of two electrodes, one is positive, another one is negative. And in the vessel that we have take the electrolyte. So when the current passes through the cell, then it offers a resistance to the flow of electric current, and that is known as internal resistance of a cell, which we generally represent by small r. You see here in the diagram, this is the one cell is represented. This is one electrode which is positive, longer line that represents the higher potential, and this is small line that represents the lower potential. Generally what we say that it is positive electrode and this one is negative electrode. We can also mention over to here, it is a positive electrode and this one is negative. Positive means higher potential and negative means at lower potential. And this is represented internal resistance of the cell, which is represented by small r. Now the question arises, on what factors internal resistance of the cell depends. The first one is the distance between the plates, that is distance between the electrons. Another one is nature of electrolyte that we are taking in cell, like CuSO4, H2SO4, NH4Cl. And third one is nature of electrodes, the two plates which you are taking, and depends internal resistance depends on the nature of these electrodes. And the fourth one is area of plates immersed in electrolyte, that is area of electrodes immersed in electrolyte. So these are the four factors on which internal resistance of a cell depends. First one is distance between the electrodes. Second one is nature of electrolyte. Third one is nature of electrodes. Fourth one is area of plates immersed in electrolyte. Now another topic, EMF of a cell. EMF means electromotive force. So what is that? As you already know that in the cell there are two electrodes and one electrode is positive, another one is negative. So EMF of a cell can be defined as maximum potential difference between the positive and negative electrodes of a cell in an open circuit. So what is the meaning of the open circuit? When no current is flowing through the cell, that is called open circuit. It is represented by E. This is the symbolical representation of EMF of a cell. You see here in the diagram, this is a cell and this one is internal resistance, and these are the two points which are at present open, means no external resistance is connected here. So this is an open circuit, means there is no current flowing through this cell. So in that condition, the maximum potential difference between the positive and negative electrode of the cell is known as EMF of a cell. Now what happens if circuit is closed? Then the another term that comes, terminal potential difference. So terminal potential difference between the two electrodes of the cell in a closed circuit, that is when the current is drawn from the cell. I just remind your memory, in case of the EMF of a cell, what we are saying, it is the maximum potential difference between the two electrodes of the cell, that is positive and negative, in open circuit, means no current flows through the cell. But in case of the terminal potential difference, it is defined as potential difference between the two electrodes of the cell in closed circuit. In closed circuit means when the current is drawn from the cell. So it is represented by capital V. So you see here the same diagram that we have taken. In case of the EMF of the cell, no external resistance is connected. So that's why in that case the circuit is open. But here we are connecting an external resistance, capital R. So this circuit becomes closed circuit and a current starts flowing from positive electrode to negative electrode through this external resistance. And that current passes through this internal resistance also. So that's why what we say that when the current passes through the internal resistance of the cell, then there is a potential drop across to the internal resistance of the cell. Then terminal potential difference is always less than the EMF of the cell by an amount equal to the potential drop across internal resistance of the cell. So when the current passes through the internal resistance of the cell, then I into internal resistance, that is IR, is the potential drop. So terminal potential difference in that case becomes V is equal to E minus IR. E is the EMF of the cell. So what we are saying, terminal potential difference is always less than the EMF of a cell by an amount equal to the potential drop across to the internal resistance of the cell. So this is known as terminal potential difference. Now, as you see that this external resistance is connected to the one end is connected to the positive electrode, another end is connected to the negative electrode. So terminal potential difference is also equal to potential difference across the external resistance, that is V is equal to IR. Since the current I equal to, that is total current equal to maximum potential difference divided by maximum resistance. So E upon R plus R. R is external resistance, small r is internal resistance. So the current is I is equal to E upon R plus R. Substitute this value here, then you will get V equal to E upon R plus R into R. Now from equation 1, when you substitute this value in equation 1, then you will get small r equal to E minus V upon I, and I is V upon R. So substitute here in place of I, then it becomes E minus V upon V into R. So this is the formula for the internal resistance of a cell in terms of EMF of a cell and terminal potential difference with external resistance capital R. Now here you just note down, during the charging of the cell, the terminal potential difference V equal to E plus IR. The earlier what we have defined, in that case the current is drawn from the cell and during charging the current is given to the cell. So that's why V is equal to E plus IR. Remember this one. Now we take one conceptual problem so that you can understand in a better way. And this problem is also a very important problem. I think this problem came this year in the CBSE examination of class 12. Here we are saying that a EMF E and internal resistance R connected across a variable external resistance capital R. Plot graph to show the variation of EMF with resistance capital R, that is external resistance, and second part, terminal potential difference of the cell with external resistance R. So here a EMF E and internal resistance small r of a cell is connected across a variable external resistance capital R. Now you see that its solution. Now for the first part, plot the graph to show the variation of EMF with external resistance R. As what we say that, you just remember the definition. EMF of a cell is the maximum potential difference between the two electrodes of the cell in open circuit. That is, no current flows through the cell. In open circuit, it means there is no external resistance R. So that's why the EMF of the cell is independent to the external resistance of the circuit. So when you plot the graph, then you take on y-axis EMF of the cell, onto the x-axis you take external resistance. Since EMF of the cell independent to the R, so that's why the graph is constant, that is parallel to the x-axis. So this is the answer of first part. But in case of the second part, you have to plot the graph between the terminal potential difference of the cell with external resistance R. You see here, or you remember the definition? I just remind. Terminal potential difference can be defined as the potential difference between the two electrodes of the cell in a closed circuit. That is, when the current is drawn from the cell. So terminal potential difference is V is equal to IR, and the I is total current of the circuit, E upon R plus R. Substitute this value here and rearrange it. Then you will get E upon 1 plus small r upon capital R. Small r is the internal resistance of the cell, capital R is the external resistance of the circuit. Now by this formula, if we increase the value of R, if we increase the value of the R, then V also increases. I think you agreed with this statement. You see that formula? By this formula, it is very clear that if we increase the R, then V also increases. So when R equal to 0, then V is also 0. So you see in the diagram, when you are plotting a graph, then on y-axis we are taking a terminal potential difference, onto the x-axis external resistance capital R. So when V equal to 0 at that time, sorry, when R equal to 0 at that time, V is also 0. So this point is origin point. Now when capital R, that is external resistance, is equal to the internal resistance of the cell, then what happens? You see that in this diagram, if you place here in place of small r capital R, then this capital R get cancelled, you will get only 1 here. So 1 plus 1, 2. So you will get here V is equal to E by 2. So in the graph you see that here it is E by 2. Similarly, when external resistance which you are connecting in the circuit is infinite, if it is infinite, then from this equation, then V equal to E. So when V equal to E, then you see that this is the condition, the dotted line that is representing that R is infinite, then V equal to E. So finally you are getting As R increases, then V is also increases. But it is not in a straight line, it is a curved line. Okay. Now when R equal to capital R equal to small r, at that time terminal potential difference is equal to half of the EMF of the cell. So that point we take here, and this dotted line is represented in the graph. And when capital R is infinite, means external resistance which you are connecting in the circuit is infinite, at that time V equal to terminal potential difference is equal to the EMF of the cell. Then the graph comes to be this. So this graph is represented by dotted line. So this is the solution of this concept based problem, which is very important. I think you understand the concept behind this problem, and also I think you have to understand the concept of the EMF of the cell and terminal potential difference of the cell. Now we take two definitions. Sometimes concept based on the numerical may come. I think you already studied this one in class 10. I just remind your memory. Electrical energy. So what is electrical energy? What is energy? Energy is basically is capability to do work. The same way we have to define here, but here the work is done for what purpose? For maintaining an electric current in the electric circuit in a given time. That is known as electric energy. So how you can define it? Electrical energy can be defined as the work done in maintaining an electric current in an electric circuit for a given time. So the formula is, you know, work done equal to P into T, that is P is your power, and P can be written as in terms of the voltage and the current, P equal to VI into T, and further V is equal to IR, so we can write it in terms of the R, W equal to I square R T. So this is electrical energy. Now electric power. Electric power is the rate at which an electric appliance convert electrical energy into other form of energy, just like in a heat. Or we can say that it is the rate at which work is done by the source of the EMF for maintaining an electric current through a circuit. That is called electric power. So you know the formula, P is equal to VI and V is equal to IR. So it becomes I square R, and further you put in place of I is V upon R. So you will get in terms of the voltage also. So V square upon R. So these two definitions you just remember it as well as their formulas. Now come to the another topic, that is cells are in series. As you have studied capacitors combination, resistance combination, same way here is the cells combination. So cells are also used in the two combinations, one is in series, another one in parallel. So first you understand cells in series. I just remind, in capacitor in series charge is constant, that is the charge is the same, and in resistance current is constant, that is current through each resistance is the same way here in the cells current is constant, and we have to connect the cells in such a way that the positive terminal of one cell that connected to the negative terminal of another cell, then they are said to be connected in series. You can see here we have taken the first two cells in series, that is where one terminal of the two cells are joined together, leaving the other terminal in either cell free. You see here, these are the two cells of EMF E1 and E2. Their internal resistances are represented by R1 and R2. So the first cell's negative terminal that is connected to the positive terminal of the second cell. So this combination is called cells are connected in series. Now here we have taken the 3 points A, B and C. An I current is flowing through it. Let VA, VB, VC be the potentials at the point ABC, as you can see that in the diagram. Then the potential difference between the point A and B, that is the potential difference between the positive and negative terminal of the first cell. Similarly, the potential difference between the point B and C, that is the potential difference between the two positive and negative terminals of second cell, right? So VAB equal to VA minus VB, that is for first cell. So that you can write, which you have already studied, terminal potential difference E minus IR. So here in place of E is E1 minus I, and here it is IR1. Similarly, when you talk about the points B and C, then VBC equal to VB minus VC equal to E2 minus IR2. So mark these equations 1 and 2. Now we have to find out the potential difference between point A and C. These are the two extreme points. So that potential difference, in the same way we say that the potential difference between the points A and C, which is equal to VA minus VC plus VB minus VC. Then you see here, if you open it, then what you will get? VA minus VC. But these two you have already calculated. So from equation 1 and 2, substitute these values and rearrange it. Then what you will get? VAC equal to E1 plus E2 within bracket minus I you take common, and within bracket is R1 plus R2. Now if we replace this combination by the single cell, see here in the second diagram, then EMF of this single cell we represent by E equivalent, and the internal resistance we represent by R equivalent, and the potential difference between A and C is VAC equal to E equivalent minus I R equivalent. Mark this equation 4. Now you compare the equation 3 and 4, then what you will get? E equivalent equal to E1 plus E2 and R equivalent equal to R1 plus R2. So this is the equivalent resistance. So in series, if n number of cells are connected, then E equivalent is E1 plus E2 plus E3 dot 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 En. Similarly, internal resistance R equivalent equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 dot 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 Rn. Now if we say that n cells of the EMF E and internal resistance R each are connected in series, just like you see here, then the current flows through the external resistance. How we can calculate, right? So you have to learn the formula directly. You apply this formula as what we are saying, that total EMF of the cells in series combination is E1 plus E2 3 dot 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 En, and here what we are saying, n cells of the EMF E means each cell have the EMF E. So in that condition the current is equal to total EMF upon total resistance. So total EMF here it becomes NE, where E is the EMF of each cell and small r is the internal resistance of each cell. So total internal resistance of n cells becomes NR, and total resistance of circuit, that becomes R plus NR. R is external resistance. So current flows through the external resistance capital R, that becomes total EMF upon total resistance of the circuit, that is NE upon R plus NR. small r. So this is the formula that you remember it for calculating the current in a circuit having the n cells of EMF E and internal resistance small r. Similarly, we can find out expression for EMF and internal resistance in case of cells are connected in parallel. So as you know that in parallel, voltage remains the same, potential difference remains the same. The same condition we have to apply here. So here we are considering the two cells. They are having EMF E1 and E2. In internal resistances R1 and R2, and they are connected in parallel to the 2 points B1 and B2. I current is flowing. So when the I current comes at B point, then it divided into two parts. I1 current that passes through the cell of EMF E1 and I2 current that passes through the cell of EMF E2. And finally it meet at point B1. So total current I then it means becomes I1 plus I2, which is represented by equation 1. Now find out the terminal potential difference across the first cell by applying the same formula. V is equal to E minus IR. So here it becomes V equal to E1 minus I1 R1. So from here you calculate I1. So I1 is E1 minus V upon R1. Similarly, find out the terminal potential difference across the cell of EMF E2, that is second cell. V is equal to E2 minus I2 R2, then I2 equal to E2 minus V upon R2. Now substitute this value of I1 and I2 in equation number 1. So when you substitute this value, then what you will get? I is equal to E1 minus V upon R1, that is the value of I1, plus E2 minus V upon R2, that is the value of I2. Now rearrange and manipulate, calculate. What you will get? I is equal to E1 upon R1 plus E2 upon R2 minus V you take outside. Within bracket is 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. Now from here you have to find out the value of this V, because in parallel combination V remains constant. So when you calculate after rearranging, taking the LCM, then what you will get? E1 R2 plus E2 R1 upon R1 plus R2 minus I within bracket, then R1 R2 R1 plus R2. That is the equation 2. You solve it, follow all steps. These are the simple steps. Then you will get finally this result. Now we replace this combination by a single cell of EMF E equivalent and internal resistance R equivalent. Then further we find out potential difference between a point AC. What you will get? V equivalent equal to E equivalent minus I R equivalent. And this V equivalent is basically equal to V, because in parallel combination potential, voltage or potential difference remains the same. So V equal to E equivalent minus I R equivalent. Compare the equation 2 and 3. You will get E equivalent equal to E1 R2 plus E2 R1 upon R1 plus R2. And R equivalent you will get R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. So this is about cells are connected in parallel. Now in the same way as I explained in cells in series, how you can find out the current through the external resistance. So here we say that let M cells are connected in parallel. You can see in the diagram. These are the M rows and the cells are connected in parallel. Then the current through the external resistance, this capital R, is I equal to M E, total EMF of this combination, upon total resistance MR plus small r. So this is the current through the external resistance when M cells are connected in parallel. Now if cells are connected in mixed grouping, means some cells are connected in series then parallel. So what happens, how you can find out the maximum current? So for that purpose, if we say that N cells are connected in series in each row, this is the each row, N cells are connected, and M cells are connected in parallel, then current drawn through an external resistance R is, you remember this formula, I equal to MNE upon MR capital R plus N small r. So this is the total current that passes through the external resistance R when N cells are connected in series in each row and M such rows are connected in parallel. Now for maximum current, the external resistance must be equal to the total internal resistance. So total external resistance is MR and total internal resistance is NR. When they are equal, then we will get the maximum current. So for maximum current, the condition is MR equal to NR. Remember this condition. So from here, the external resistance is capital R equal to NR upon M. Let us we take one example so that you can understand. Here, one example I take 12 cells, each of EMF 1.5 volt and internal resistance 0.5 ohm are arranged in M rows. You see the diagram? The diagram. And each containing N cells are connected in series. You see in diagram? Calculate the value of N and M for which this combination would send maximum current. Remember it, the condition you see that. Maximum current through an external resistance of 1.5 ohm. So further you see 12 cells of EMF 1.5 volt and internal resistance 0.5 ohm are connected in M rows. This is the M rows, each containing N cells connected in series. You see the diagram. Now calculate the value of this M and M for which this combination would send maximum current. So for maximum current, what I told you that the condition is small m capital R equal to small n small r through an external resistance of 1.5 ohm. Right? Now I think you understand the question. Then you see that the equivalent internal resistance of each row in n cells, that I already told you, which is equal to small n into small r, and net equivalent internal resistance of the combination is equal to NR upon M. Just in the previous slide you have understand the formula. Then for maximum current, R internal equal to R external equal to NR upon M, which is equal to capital R. Then you substitute the values here. Internal resistance is 0.5 into N, which is equal to 1.5 is external resistance into M. So 0.5 N equal to 1.5 M. So from here, small n equal to 3 M. Point get cancelled and 5 3s are 15. So n equal to 3 M. You are getting, right? And the total cells, how much total cells? N cells are connected in series and M rows are in parallel. So the total cells are N into M. So now you have the two equations. Equation 1 in which N equal to 3M. Another equation in which the total cells which is given to you 12. So 12 equal to Nm. So these are the two equations you have. By these two equations you solve it. Then you will get small n equal to 6 and small m equal to 2. So I think this calculation you can do it. Means total cells are 12, which is equal to n m. So here in place of this n you write 3m. Then what you will get? You will get 3m square equal to 12. So m square equal to 4, then m equal to 2. So when you get m equal to 2, then you substitute here. Then 3 into 2, 6. So n equal to 6. Now I think you can solve it. So this is about a numerical problem in which we are taking a mixed grouping of cells, means cells are in series as well as in parallel. Now if you like my video, please like it, subscribe and press the bell icon. Thank you and have a nice day.